Hey everybody, this is Nick from Threat X3 Productions, and today we're going to be giving you a better late than never. This is a review where I take maybe an older game or something that I happen to pick up on sale and I give it a review anyways, even though, it's really just for me. And today's subject is MoonLighter. MoonLighter is an action RPG roguelike indie game developed by a Spanish studio, Digital Sun. It was released on the PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on May 29th, 2018, with the Switch version released on November 5th of 2018. The basic premise of the game is you own a store, the MoonLighter, by day, and dive deep into dungeons by night. Do you get it? The title has two meanings. This game answers the age-old question apparently everyone had, which is, how does that store owner get all this cool stuff other than, making them? So let's start off with the visuals. The visuals definitely bring this great charm to the game. Old school 16-bit, but with all this time to learn from it. It does a really good job of looking like it would be perfect on the SNES, or SNES, like all those douchebags on the internet say. But the tricks that they use to make the world feel alive is a really great touch. Let's talk about gameplay, because that's really what it is about. I love how this game really nails the gameplay loop. By day, you have to use basic economics and the reactions of your customers to find that sweet spot for a price. Too high, customers won't buy the product. Too low, and you might have just missed out on a really good profit. But that's not all. You also need to pay attention to an item's popularity. If the item's popular, you can charge more for it. If you oversaturate the market with a particular item, people won't want to buy it at the price you've sold it at in the past. These are the most basic concepts of supply and demand. But somehow not making this feel like work and blending it perfectly into the lifeblood of the game is a great achievement. Then the night comes and you don your giant backpack and broom? Well, at first, this brings another interesting aspect of the game front and center. Do you sell everything in sight and make all the money in the world? Or do you use some of the money and materials to craft armor and give yourself more health and weapons to do more damage? So basically, that's the gameplay loop. Every game has it, but few get it right enough where even though all you're doing is running around and killing and selling, just so you can kill harder things and sell more expensive things, the fact that it gets that so right where I don't really even care is great. One reason this doesn't become stale is its roguelike elements. I personally love these type of games when they're done right, because I can play them over and over again without knowing what's coming next. Yes, there are only a certain number of rooms that can be generated, but room A1 won't always be next to room B1. The other way it keeps it interesting are the enemies. Even though some are just color swaps of enemies you've seen before, they can act different and have different attack patterns. This makes learning the enemies just as fun as slaying them. Now, at this point, I could talk about the story, but it really is just kind of a run-of-the-mill story. Grandpa doesn't want you to go into the dungeon, but you're defiant, so you do it anyways. And it's not really the driving force of the game for me personally. Making it to that next dungeon, the risk reward of do I go on and get more loot or tap out now with the fear of losing everything. Now, there is a chance that this game doesn't intrigue you, or maybe you've played it and don't really think it's as awesome as I'm making it out to be. But that doesn't mean it's a bad game. If you've played 8 other games just like it, then great, go play them again. I've personally never played a game that makes me care just as much about economics than slaying monsters. So the way we rank things here is we have must buy, rent or wait for a sale, don't buy, or burn. I personally put this at a buy. I think this is a really good game that does a really interesting thing, but I would be remiss to say that I did happen to buy this on sale. So should I rate it as a rent / wait for a sale because that's technically what I did? I'm not sure, because I can tell you after playing it that if I would have spent the original price on it, I wouldn't have been let down. So I'm going to keep it at buy. I think this is a definite buy. So thank you for joining us for this episode of Better Late Than Never. Make sure and let me know if there's any other games you think I should try out or review or even just talk about. This was Nick of ThreatX3 Productions. You have a good day.